Dreams. We've all had them. Some of them come true and others don't. And for those whose dreams have not come true, well, you know what they say. Those who can't do, teach. I can actually make this joke because I am a teacher. Yikes. Anyways, welcome to a YouTube special reviewing Crescendo, the series, right here on YouTube. Let's go! Make an effort. So, have you ever wondered how your life would be if you just tried? I spend my days now in quarantine thinking about the lives of those with a lot more optimism than mine, and hence why I started a YouTube channel. Welcome back to Always Watching. For my new subscribers, hello. Nice to see you. My name is Hamza Ali. And for my oldies, my OGs, what's up? Okay, so before we start, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Mr. Chris King for lending me your music. I have linked his SoundCloud below. It meant a lot. You are the real MVP. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So YouTube special, what do I mean by that? So I am reviewing Crescendo the series, #CT the series. I've linked it down below. It's right here on YouTube. So all you have to do is click the link and you can watch all episodes which are currently available. So the series follows a young couple, a girl by the name of Leia and her boyfriend Ernie. So Leia, like every mid-20 something year old, is at that kind of fork in the road. She's a very young woman, she's a teacher, so I can relate. And she's done what all of us do. She's tried to follow her dreams and make things happen, and sadly, what's the saying? We make plans, but God laughs. So the show starts off with a very dramatic snippet of this young woman who's viciously attacked. We don't really know why she's attacked. We don't really know the context of the situation. But she kind of sprinkles, throughout the series, information is essentially just kind of sprinkled throughout, keeping you interested. So she's a teacher and she lives with her boyfriend who's very devoted, and whatever this incident was, she's kind of left picking up the pieces of her life. And so what now? There's always that what if. So the story is, for this first season, because there's going to be a second season, and because we're all going to watch it because it's fantastic. So the first season, it's basically just building. You know, you have this young woman who doesn't know. She's like, do I just stay here, move up in this menial 9-to-5 jobs, or do I give it one last go and try to make it in my profession? And then you have her boyfriend, who is honestly like the sweetest guy. He's just, you know, he's supporting her. He's trying to like help her move past this, but your girl is just too ambitious. So what's the point? Why should you watch this? First of all, it's on YouTube, so we need to support. Second reason is that I think we all love a good story that we can relate to. Story times are always fun. So I think in a post-Me Too world, a lot of us are left wondering, like, what is the line between, you know, maybe you need to have thicker skin, or maybe this is harassment. Like, this is just straight up bullshit and you should not be taking it. Another really good, you know, I think a good story has you thinking about a lot of other questions. And another question that I've been thinking about is it ever too late to start over? And I think it is true that the most successful people are the ones that stick to one path. Like if you want to become a teacher or a doctor, like you will be successful. Consistency breeds success. However, does it breed happiness? And I've noticed that in my own job and in my own career, and you end up just comparing yourself to the people around you. You know, it's like, do I have a better car? Do I look better? Like, why is this person doing this? Like, the teaching is off. Like, you become so niched that unintentionally you become like the best of the worst, which is, it can be frustrating. And the other thing is fear. I think everyone here has had a bad experience one way or another, whether it be in life or in a job. Like we've all had a job where it's broken us in essentially. And it could be, if you're unlucky, you know, this bad experience was in a job that you really love or in a field that you really like. Like, can you imagine getting your dream job and just, you know, being relentlessly harassed, or it just wasn't at all what you thought? fear can either be the biggest motivator or it can be the biggest deterrent. You know, you can go through an experience and it could, you know, leave you wanting more and going after it some more. But I feel like for a lot of people, and fairly so, it leaves you kind of over it. It leaves you jaded. It leaves you looking for stability. Like, whereas once the unknown was kind of cool and fun, it's no longer cute and fun. You just want something that will keep you safe and happy. And I hate to break it to you people, but no matter how unproblematic you are, no matter how safe your job is, there's always somebody that's going to have a problem with you, unfortunately. So last point that I got from this is, how do you know, like, what is the line between being selfish and self-motivated? Like, how do you know when a decision you've made is for your best interests and it might hurt some people, or it's just straight up selfish? Like, maybe you use people to get to where you are. Maybe you were just really vindictive for no reason, and you know, you don't really care who it hurts. You know, I think we've all had people around us that are vampires, like people that just, like, you love them, but they're just soul sucking, you know, like listening to them, being around them, like really takes a toll on you. Like, I think we all have friends where after hanging out with them, you're exhausted. It's like a full-time job. But then there's this other category of people where, I don't know about you, but I work much harder for other people than myself. Like, if I really like you and I really want to see you succeed, like, I will work hard as to not disappoint you. And I think we've all chosen careers or partners or things like this in hopes of not disappointing people or kind of fitting a mold. And you know, people always talk about success and cutting off like toxic people and people that are not really good for you, but what about people that are good for you but they're not really, they don't really see the vision? And so some of you might think, well, it's my life and I can do what I want. And, you know, I think what quarantine has taught us that is we're all social beings, you know. Everything has an effect. Like, what you do has an effect on other people. And you see that in this show. You know, this guy spent 10 years trying to help her out, and whatever this vicious incident was, it didn't just affect the boyfriend, it affected the whole family. And if going after your dreams means putting yourself at risk, yeah, you can say that's putting myself at risk and that's putting as an individual, but you know, as much as we love to think of ourselves as individual beings, we're not. You know, we're social beings. And so how do you know that a risk that you're taking isn't going to affect everybody else's health or everybody else's mental health? Or is that something even worth thinking about? You know, would you go after something knowing that it's a risk to you, but also might make people around you feel really worried for you or really scared for you? You know, that's something to think about. Like, what is the line between being, you know, a really hardworking, really ambitious person going after your dreams to just someone who is, you know, maybe you're the vampire. Maybe your dreams are the ones sucking the life out of everybody around you. And is that even something to consider, you know? And like, look at the people around you. Like, how many of the people that you really like, who motivate you, like, are you doing it for them to make them happy, or are you doing it to make yourself happy? And I think this is really hard, because fear of disappointment, like, we think of fear in a traditional sense, like, oh my god, I'm scared, I don't want to do anything ever again. But it's also like fear of disappointment. Like, you don't want to let people down. And that's terrifying. I think letting people down is the scariest thing in the world. Because I think, as much as, you know, we hate to admit it, but a lot of our sense of self is based on how other people see us. You know, it's like, I think, therefore I am, and then there's, you know, others act before me, therefore I am. So which one are you? Anyways, all this to say, so I'd like to thank Ms. Jacquelyn Joyce for linking me to this YouTube special, Crescendo the series. Thank you so much. I never would have found it. And I hope that in paying it forward, you all enjoy and let me know how it is. And here's the point, guys. You can do anything you want, okay? You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever your heart, you know, set your mind to. It just might be very uncomfortable. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. This is Always Watching. My name is Hamza Ali. Watch, comment. It will take you less time to watch this series than drinking a cup of tea. I promise. Satisfaction guaranteed. And if you're like, no, it didn't, comment. Anyways, I'll see you in the near future. Take care and enjoy.